Today, I want to talk about a topic that is really very common, and that is family drama, uh, tense conversations. We're coming into a holiday season, and today we're going to talk about managing conversations with family members and why it's so difficult to not get triggered or upset. And it's really important that we have this conversation because having confrontational conversations with family members is extremely stressful. It can cause not only damaging stress for you, mentally, emotionally, and physically, but it can also damage and sometimes permanently damage relationships. And this is a really, really important topic for us to talk about. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Melissa Boher Jacobson, Confident Life Coaching and Hypnotherapy. I am a certified hypnotherapist and life coach. I'm also certified in medical hypnotherapy, and stress is a big part of our health. What I do is I help families and people of all ages overcome unwanted issues and have absolutely phenomenal coping skills so they can have success in all aspects of their life and they can approach life with confidence and equilibrium and phenomenal coping skills. So that's what I do. So again, the before I go on, let me just ask you as well, if you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, now would be a fantastic time to subscribe and make sure that you hit the bell, and that way you'll be notified every time I post some of this really valuable content. So, today's topic again, managing conversations with family members with a minimum of stress, especially during holiday time. So, speaking of which, speaking of families and groups, I have some amazing programs. I do offer both individual and group coaching. I have a fantastic program. It is group hypnotherapy and life coaching, and it is an 8-week, very robust program. It comes at a very reasonable price, and it's a great way to get yourself started on getting phenomenal coping skills around things like family communication, confidence, self-esteem, overcoming anxiety, insomnia, um, social anxiety. Those are just some of the major, more prevalent issues that come up in my coaching practice. So we're going to be offering that amazing program. Also going to be offering a group coaching program for families on family communication and family life coaching, which is one of my absolute favorite things to do. So again, if you are interested in overcoming unwanted issues, I have a group coaching program. It's a very reasonable price and it covers a lot of ground. It has tons of great bonuses. And I also have individual life coaching and hypnotherapy programs. I also have a group family coaching program that I'm launching, and you can find out about all of that and see what's right for you by getting on a free call with me. It's so easy to do. It takes about 20 minutes. And you can just go to www.meetwithmelissa.me. You'll see that link in the comments below, and you can set up a free call with me. Now, back to the subject at hand. You know, my clients come to me from all over the world. I work in person. I'm based in Jupiter, Florida, but I work with clients all over the world. And so many of my clients come to me with issues from childhood, issues that originated with their families, with parents, with trauma in the family. So we resolve all these root cause issues, and this frees people to really pursue their goals and achieve their dreams and goals in life with confidence and letting go of the past and letting go of any old beliefs that were keeping them stuck. And as I said, one of my favorite things to do is work with people in family situations. One of the things that happens in family conversations is somebody will say something and the other person will interpret it, and usually they'll interpret it um, because they don't understand the communication. So they'll take something the wrong way and they'll get defensive. And then the other person will respond in kind or try to fix or explain. And then suddenly we find that this conversation is quickly going downhill. And the reason that happens is because one of the reasons is the way that we communicate. We often communicate in ways that we don't think about in advance how the other person might interpret what we're saying. We don't always speak in a way that mitigates or minimizes the opportunity for the other person to become defensive. And once a person becomes defensive in a conversation, the part of their brain, it's called the limbic system, and it's the part of your brain that runs your emotions. And it's when someone feels defensive, that limbic system takes over, and our prefrontal cortex, our frontal lobes, which is where we are, using reason and logic, and we're able to think straight and be rational. That limbic system will overtake those frontal lobes, and we will be run by our emotions at that point. And I think it's pretty safe to say that we all know that when conversation turns emotional, rational, reasonable, logical thought goes pretty much away. And we are responding emotionally. And nothing good comes from a conversation that is rooted in emotion. What tends to happen in these conversations is they get more and more and more emotionally heightened, and nothing gets resolved, and people walk away upset or angry, and this can really cause tremendous stress, and it can absolutely cause irreparable damage sometimes to relationships. So we want to avoid that at all costs. So, number one, we understand that when we get into emotion, that means that all logic, rational reason is gone away. Number two, we need to think about how we're communicating with people. And this is something that I teach people in my coaching programs, how to communicate effectively and with minimizing the tendency for people that are listening to you to become triggered or defensive or angry or upset. And number three, this is the most important tip of all. When we start to get heightened, when we start to notice that our conversations are turning emotional, that is the time. Are you ready for it? This is the big tip. That is the time to exit the conversation in a kind way, though. You don't say, I'm not talking to you anymore. That's not what we're talking about here. We simply say something like, you know what? I really value your input. I'm going to step away and we're going to come back. I'm going to come back and I'd love to continue this conversation a little bit later when I'm calm and I'm not feeling emotional. So if it's a family member, you might say, I love you and I definitely want to continue this conversation with you. But right now I'm feeling like I'm getting pretty emotional, and I'm not really good at communicating when I'm feeling emotional. I can't really think rationally. So I'm going to respectfully just step away and we're going to come back to this conversation. Give me some time to process it. And that works incredibly well, especially, I have a family that I work with and they have an amazing, amazing relationship. They have an amazing family, and they have a teenager in their family, and they have found that letting the teenager in particular process through their emotions and come back to a conversation later has been one of the biggest game changers in their family life. So, this is just one of the many ways that we teach family members phenomenal ways of communicating and phenomenal ways of coping. So, again, I would love to get you on my calendar. I'd love to tell you more. You can get on a free call with me for about 20 minutes. I would love to tell you more about how confident life coaching and hypnotherapy changes the lives of so many families. It's an absolute game changer. We specialize in helping people have successful and effective relationships, romantic relationships, marriages, family relationships, how to communicate effectively with your children, how to discipline, how to use discipline, boundaries, non-negotiables, things like that in your family so that your family is communicating well and running smoothly. I also help people overcome many, many issues such as test anxiety, social anxiety, unwanted habits, smoking, um, generalized anxiety, panic attacks. These and many other things will be addressed in my group hypnotherapy program, which starts the beginning of December. It goes for 8 weeks. All these family issues we will be talking about and practicing strategies, and that is a 2-month program as well. And then, of course, I have my one-on-one life coaching and hypnotherapy programs, which cover anything and everything, and we work with ages from age 8 to 80. We cover getting unstuck, motivation, confidence during interviews, finding life purpose, so many, many things that life coaching and hypnotherapy can address. So I invite you to get on my calendar once more. That's www.meetwithmelissa.me. I look forward to speaking with you, and I look forward to seeing you also in the next video.